Katra from Sharetribe here. In this video, we're learning about seats in Sharetribe, how to enable them, and how they work for your users. Seats are a feature of the calendar booking transaction process in Sharetribe. It's a key feature for service and rental marketplaces where one time slot, such as an hour or a day, can be booked by multiple customers. In a nutshell, when you have seats enabled in your Sharetribe marketplace, providers add seat availability to their listings, customers choose the number of seats they want to book, and when all seats are booked, the time slot is closed from further bookings. You set up seats in Sharetribe in the listing type settings. Let's see how that happens. In console, go to the listing type settings, which you'll find in the build section under listings. Add a new listing type and enable the transaction process calendar booking. Choose the booking unit that fits your marketplace best. The no-code options are daily, nightly, and hourly bookings. Then, it's time to enable seats. You can choose one or multiple seat availability. One seat means that each time slot, day, night, or hour can be booked once. The seat number is 1 by default and the provider can't change it manually. This is a great option for one-on-one services and peer-to-peer rentals like Airbnb-style apartment rentals. Multiple seats means that each time slot can be booked many times. The provider determines the seat availability when they add calendar availability to their listing. It's the best choice for marketplaces that offer classes or workshops or many B2C rental platforms. My example marketplace is Biketribe, a marketplace for B2C bike rentals. So my choices are daily availability and multiple seats. If you have the calendar booking transaction process in use, you can also update an existing listing type to have seats. All old listings in that listing type will have default 1 seat per time slot availability until updated. And finally, remember to save changes. To let customers search listings based on both date and seat availability, navigate to the listing search settings in the console sidebar. There, first enable the date range filter and then turn on the seats filter. These two filters work together. And save changes again. Now, let's take a look at how seats work for your users, both providers and customers. If you have one seat availability enabled, providers don't need to specify the number of seats separately during listing creation. And when making a booking, the customer simply chooses the dates or hours they want to book. After the booking request is made, those dates or hours are blocked from the listing's calendar. With multiple seats, however, there is one extra step to the user flows for both providers and customers. When a provider creates a listing, they define its default weekly availability as well as any exceptions to that schedule. If a marketplace has listings with multiple seats enabled, the availability step will include adding seats to available time slots. My example marketplace has daily availability, so I add seats per day. I'll add 10 bikes for each weekday. Nightly availability works pretty much the same. For hourly availability, you first choose the available hours and then define the number of seats available for each hour. And a quick tip. The default copy for this feature is seats, but you can update all mentions of them to match your marketplace instead. For example, my platform could say bikes here. You can make the changes with the feature marketplace texts in the content section of console. Now we're moving on to the customer side of things. Since we enabled the seats filter, customers can search by available seats in addition to available times. I'm looking for 2 bikes to book for me and my friend for our upcoming trip to Helsinki. So on the search page, I choose the dates of our trip and apply that to my search. Then I enter 2 seats in the seats filter and again click apply. Now, all the bikes in view have enough inventory for me to book 2 bikes at once on my chosen dates. Once I find a listing I like, I open the page, enter the dates of my booking, and then choose 2 seats. In the booking breakdown, we can see the booking period, price per day or night or hour, number of seats, the price, possible customer commission, and the total price of the booking. Then, after filling in my payment details, I send the booking for the provider for approval. And if I check the listing page again and take a look at the seat availability there, I notice that it has reduced by 2 from the original 10 for the dates I booked. If a day's entire seat availability is booked, that day becomes unavailable and won't show in availability searches for those days. That's how seats work for your users. Finally, let's summarize what we learned. Seats are a key feature for rental or service marketplaces where one time slot, such as an hour, day, or a night, can be booked multiple times. In Sharetribe, it's a feature of the calendar booking transaction process. You can enable this transaction process and one or multiple seat availability in the listing type settings. You can also turn on a seats filter in the listing search settings. After making these changes, providers will need to determine how many seats are available for each time slot when creating a listing. Customers can filter search results by both date and seat availability, and when they're booking a listing, they need to decide the number of seats they want to book. That's it. If you have any questions about seats, calendar bookings, or building a marketplace with Sharetribe in general, send us a message at hello@sharetribe.com. We'll be happy to help.